Does the concept of an afterlife bring you comfort, or does it scare you? What will happen after we die? Will we face judgment and be sent to either heaven or hell for all eternity? Or is that just a story meant to control people through fear? Today, we'll discuss both sides of this debate. So, let's get started. Heaven and hell are concepts that have been debated for centuries. Some people believe that they are real places where the souls of the dead go after they die. Others believe that they are just stories that were created to scare people into behaving in a certain way. But what do you think? Do you believe in heaven and hell? Why or why not? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. First, let's take a look at the argument for the existence of heaven and hell. This is usually based on religious beliefs. For example, Christians believe that when someone dies, their soul goes to be with God in heaven, if they have been a good person during their life. Conversely, those who have led wicked lives go to hell, a place of torment and suffering. Muslims also believe in a similar concept of heaven and hell. They believe that on the Day of Judgment, everyone will be resurrected and judged by Allah. Those who have done good deeds will go to paradise, while those who have done bad deeds will go to hell. Other religions, such as Hinduism, also have beliefs about an afterlife. However, these beliefs differ from those of Christianity and Islam. For example, Hindus believe in reincarnation, which is the idea that when someone dies, their soul is reborn into another body. The idea of an afterlife serves as a reward or punishment for how you live your life. It encourages people to behave in a certain way, so that they can go to heaven when they die. It also provides comfort to those who are grieving the loss of a loved one. Some people find solace in the belief that their loved ones are in a better place now and are no longer suffering. Now let's take a look at the argument against the existence of heaven and hell. Those who don't believe in an afterlife often cite the lack of evidence for its existence. They argue that there is no concrete proof that heaven and hell are real places. Some also argue that the concept of an afterlife is just a story that was created by humans to help them cope with the fact that life is suffering. If you believe that when you die, your soul will go to heaven, then that means that all the bad things that happen in the world are not your fault. You can't blame anyone else for the bad things that happen to you, because it is all part of God's plan. This can make it difficult to forgive those who have hurt you, whether intentionally or unintentionally. If you believe that people go to hell for eternity, then you may find it difficult to pray for those who have died. This is because you may not want them to go to such a horrible place, even though it's their fault. If you don't believe in an afterlife, then you may feel less guilty about the bad things that happen in the world. This is because you know that you are responsible for your actions, and that there is no one else to blame. You can also take responsibility for making things right when you have done something wrong. Not believing in an afterlife may also make it easier to forgive others. This is because you know that they are human and that everyone makes mistakes. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to believe in an afterlife is up to each individual. There is no right or wrong answer. What do you think? Do you believe in heaven and hell? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments below. Heaven and hell are two of the most talked about topics in the world. People have been arguing over whether they exist or not for centuries. There are strong opinions on both sides of the argument, but ultimately, there is no right or wrong answer. The existence of heaven and hell is a matter of faith. Some people believe that they exist because they have faith in the religion that teaches them. Others don't believe in them because they don't have faith in any religion. It's important to respect everyone's beliefs, whether you agree with them or not. We should all be tolerant of other people's religions and beliefs, even if we don't share them. That's the only way we can live in harmony with people who are different from us. There is no right or wrong answer when it comes to believing in heaven and hell. It is a personal decision that each individual must make for themselves. If you believe that heaven and hell exists, then that's great. You should hold on to your beliefs and never let anyone make you question them. On the other hand, if you don't believe in heaven and hell, that's perfectly fine too. You shouldn't let anyone force you to believe in something that you don't. The most important thing is that you are true to yourself, and that you live your life according to your own beliefs. Heaven and hell are mentioned in many religions, but they are often described in different ways. In Christianity, heaven is a place of peace and joy, where the righteous go after they die. Hell is a place of torment and suffering where the wicked go after they die. In Islam, heaven is called Jannah, and it is a place of great pleasure and reward. Hell is called Jahannam, and it is a place of great pain and punishment. In Hinduism, heaven is called Svargaloka, and it is the highest of the 7 heavens. It is the abode of the gods. Hell is called Naraka, and it is a place where sinners are sent to suffer. In Buddhism, there is no such thing as heaven and hell. Instead, there is a cycle of rebirth. When a person dies, they are reborn into another body. The cycle continues until the person reaches enlightenment and breaks free from it. No matter what religion you follow, the concept of an afterlife is a comforting one. It gives us hope that there is something better after this life. It also gives us a warning that we should be careful how we live our lives. If we want to go to heaven, we need to be good people. If we want to avoid hell, we need to stay away from sin. What do you think about heaven and hell? Do you believe that they exist? Why or why not? Leave a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on any of our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Imagine for a moment that there is no heaven and no hell. What kind of world would this be? Would people still behave in the same way? Would they still do good things for other people? Or would they do bad things knowing that there is no punishment for it? If there is no heaven and hell, then people should try to be good to each other simply because it is the right thing to do. If there is no reward for being good, then people might not be so eager to do good things. They might start thinking that it is not worth it to be good. This could lead to a lot of problems in society. People might start doing bad things to other people, knowing that there is no hell where they will be punished. If there is no afterlife, then people might not be so careful about how they live their lives. They might start thinking that they can do anything they want, because there is no heaven they will go to if they die. This could lead to a lot of people dying in dangerous ways. If there is no afterlife, then people might not be so worried about the environment. They might start polluting the earth and destroying the ecosystem because they know that they will not be punished for it. We all know that heaven and hell are not real. They are just made-up stories that were created by humans to help them cope with the fact that life is suffering. When we die, our bodies decompose and our souls go to the same place, the grave. There is nothing after death. We have all heard stories of people who have died and come back to life, and none of them have ever said that they went to heaven or hell. If these places really existed, then surely some people would have seen them. The truth is that there is no evidence that heaven or hell exist. They are just stories. Despite this, we continue to believe in heaven and hell because we want to. It gives us hope that there is something better after this life. It also gives us a warning that we should be careful how we live our lives. If we want to go to heaven, we need to be good people. If we want to avoid hell, we need to stay away from sin. Even though heaven and hell are not real, believing in them can be a good thing. It can help us to be better people. It can also help us to cope with the fact that life is suffering. In conclusion, the debate of whether or not heaven and hell are real is a complicated one. There is no right or wrong answer, and ultimately it is up to each individual to decide what they believe. However, it is important to remember that just because you do unbelieve in heaven and hell doesn't mean that other people shouldn't, and likewise. Just because someone else believes in heaven and hell doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Everyone has their own beliefs, and you should respect that. What do you think? Do you believe in heaven and hell? Let us know in the comments below.